Okay, so now let's look at some basic operations in TensorFlow. Okay, so the basic arithmetic operations which we want to look at are addition, subtraction and multiplication for now.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
Okay, so now to basically start studying the operations in TensorFlow, let's first declare and initialize two-dimensional tensors. Okay, so let's remove all of the code. So we have tf.tensor2d. So let's make two tf.tensors2d. And basically inside this we have to specify both of the dimensions. And now let's basically provide in two numbers for each and every dimension. So let's make this 2.0, 4.0 followed by 5.0, 42, 1.0. Then over here we have 30.0, 12.0. Okay, so I missed a bracket over here. Then over here let's type in 4.0, 5.0. Okay, so with this we have basically created our 2x2 tensor which holds 4 elements. Okay, so now let's print the tensor so that everything is working fine. Let's first clear this. We have a.print. a.print and then we have b.print. Okay, so we have basically printed out two tensors over here, and which is what we want. Okay, so now the thing which we have to focus on is adding these two tensors. Okay, so if you simply do a plus b, then it will return an error because these are basically objects in TensorFlow. And in order to do the addition, TensorFlow itself provides you with some methods which is tf.add. Okay, so now to do that, let's basically declare a new variable over here. Let's call this c, and this is basically a.add, and we pass in b over here. Okay, so let's clear our console, and now basically let's print out c. Okay, and now over here if we check the individual tensors, so we have 30 plus 2 and which gives us 32. Then we have basically 4 plus 5 which gives us 9, and then we have 41 plus 5 which gives us 46, and then we have 12 plus 4 which gives us 16. And this is basically the addition part of TensorFlow. Okay, so over here instead of a.add you have a.sub for subtraction. Okay, so the result over here below the tf.add result is basically the tf.subtract result, and we have basically subtracted 30 from 2, so that gives us minus 28. So you can simply change the order over here, b.subtract a, and this is also perfectly fine, which gives us 28, 8, minus 1 and minus 36. Okay, so let's clear this. Now we also have a method which is called multiplication, so which is mul. So we have a multiply method. So with this we basically print out 30 into 2 which is 60. So this is how the process of multiplication works in tensors. This is not at all equal to the process of multiplication of matrices, which basically multiply a single row with a single column and write in the result. It is very much different, and that was a fundamental difference between a tensor and a matrix. Okay, so now basically we can also use we can basically raise a particular tensor to another power. Okay, so currently we have a dot square. So now to do that, let's simply do a dot square Okay, and now as you can see we have a squared over here. So 1681 is 41 square, and now let's basically raise it to a power. So a dot POW, which stands for power, and now over here we basically have to supply a particular number, and to do that we cannot simply put in a number, but instead we have to put in a TensorFlow.scalar. Okay, so over here let's declare another variable. Let's call this k, and let's make this equal to tf.scalar, and let's pass in a scalar over here which is 6.0. okay, 6 will be too much, 3.0, and now let's raise a to the power of k. Okay, and now as you can see over here we have got this huge matrix. It is basically a times a times a in TensorFlow. Okay, so this is basically how you complete the operation part of tensors inside TensorFlow, and this is particularly important if you want to explore TensorFlow further. Okay, so now with this we basically complete the basics of using TensorFlow in JavaScript. So now we'll basically proceed on to our very first project, where we'll create a polynomial method which will basically give out an output for a corresponding input. So I recommend that you try it. It is covering all of the concepts taught in these 3 lectures. So try and do it on your own, and if you can't, I anyway have the solution. And yes, if you have any problem up till now, leave a question in the Q&A section, and after this we'll start working on our very own projects of polynomial regression by using TensorFlow.